What options does a landlord have if a tenant is a hoarder inside their unit? Can you give them a 3-day notice to correct this?
Hoarding is a disability in California, and I'm not trying to make fun of a disability, but this is just another example of how California over-regulates and oversteps, even when it comes to these types of situations. It's not a world-acknowledged disability. It's something in California. It is going to affect another tenant, and just because, or other tenants in the property, and just because it's a disability doesn't mean that you cannot do anything about it. It just means that because you are dealing with a disabled individual, you are expected to conduct yourself in a little higher standard of care. So instead of serving the tenant with a notice, formal notice to clean the place and stop being a hoarder, you'll send them a letter basically saying we acknowledge that hoarding may be a disability and that you may be entitled to certain rights. Therefore, instead of serving you with a notice, we are giving you an opportunity to come into compliance with the lease, and here's what we're willing to do to help you do this. You have, for example, 30 days to comply. Because it's a disability and you don't just, there's no button that you press and the person is a hoarder and then you press it and he's no longer a hoarder. It's a person who lives like that will continue to live like that. So in many situations, the tenant doesn't come into compliance after you send them that demand letter, and then you're free to serve them with a notice to cure or quit and file an eviction against them. And I recommend not allowing a hoarding situation to develop because, like ma'am said, it can impact other tenants, it can impact the property, and it's a snowball effect.